G'day and welcome to another video. In today's lesson we're going to learn how to make this really pretty granny stitch shawl. It's quite easy to do. I'd recommend this for a beginner. We do learn how to increase. This is worked in Red Heart Unforgettable yarn. This is about an 8 ply or a double knit yarn. This project looks great in the slow changing colours. It also look great in a solid or a variegated. The Red Heart shimmer would also look really pretty with this project. An 8 ply or a double knit or a light worsted weight yarn is very nice because it gives it a nice drape, so when you're wearing it it's nice and soft. This shawl is worked a little bit different than normal, and I will show you what it looks like when it's laid flat. This shawl has the typical shawl shape, but it's actually started from the corner up here, and we work our way down, and we work a straight edge on one side and we actually increase on another. So it's a great way to make a shawl, but it makes the colours look different, because normally on a shawl you might start up here and work your way out to the point, or you may even start down here at the point and work your way up. But this one's worked completely different. I'm just standing around the other side of the shawl so you can have a look at where it starts. It starts here, so this part here would go along your neck, and then this part here is around your shoulders. So it started down here, and you can see the yarn slowly changes colour with this gorgeous yarn. So there is a free written pattern for this project, and that is located on my website. The link that you need is in the description box. I'd like to say thank you to Red Heart for providing the yarn for this project. And if you would like the free written pattern, that is located on my website, and the link for that will be in the description box of this video. There is also a link in the description box of this video on where you can purchase the yarn. So let's get started on the lesson. For our supplies, we're going to need a stitch marker. You can use any type of stitch marker that you like. You could even just use a scrap piece of yarn. We're going to need a yarn needle with a large eye. Makes it really great for sewing in your ends. You're going to need a pair of scissors, a crochet hook to go with your yarn. I am going to be using a 6mm crochet hook, and some Red Heart Boutique Unforgettable. I love this yarn, it's so pretty. It has lots of different colour ranges. I've just got one ball of this, so that's all I'm going to be using. And what does it do? It recommends a 5mm crochet hook, knitting needle, but it's the same for crochet hooks. But I'm actually going to use a 6mm because I want a nice drape, so by giving it loose attention it will drape nicely. This one is the Candied colourway. You can see why, it's so pretty. It actually reminds me a little bit of Easter eggs. And it's 100% acrylic. It's lovely and soft. I do love this yarn. And one word of advice, I still can't remember who the lady was that told us on our Facebook page, but do not try and do a centre pull yarn with this yarn. It does not work. You are going to get serious yarn vomit. So just pull from the outside of the ball. That's all I can say. If you try and make a centre pull, don't say I didn't tell you if it all goes wrong. So for this project we are going to start with a magic ring. You could use the chain 3 or 4 and join, but it's gonna stand out and it won't sort of blend in like a magic ring for this project. So what I do is I grab my yarn, I wrap it around my fingers. Where's my crochet hook on? Here we go. I take those off my fingers, pick up my yarn, and I just grab hold of the magic ring just so it kind of stays in place. Get my crochet hook, pull through, and I just do a chain 1, and you can let go now and that's not going to fall apart, but I still hang on to it when I crochet. So what we're going to do is we're going to chain four. If you normally do a chain 3 for a double crochet, you are going to chain 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then work 3 double crochet. So the chain 4 counts as first stitch and a chain 1. So 3 double crochet, we're going to work into the middle. And this first part is always hard to hang on to, oops, as you can see, because there's not much to grab hold of. So we're doing 3 double crochet. The only thing about you working from the outside of the ball, it doesn't flow as well. But for this yarn, it's a much saves your sanity if you work from the outside. So you've got 3, we're going to chain 1, and then we're going to double crochet back into the middle. I'm just going to pull this a little bit tighter so we can see it a bit better. So we've got chain 4, 3 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet. What we're going to do now is chain 4, we're going to turn our work. We're going to chain 4, we're going to yarn over, and into this space here we're going to work 3 double crochet. Chain 1, and into the chain 1 space at the end here we're going to work 3 double crochet. So in the chain 1 space there, work 3 double crochet. So we've got chain 4, 3 double crochet in the same space, chain 1, and 3 double crochet in that last chain 1 space. Chain 4, turn our work, and into this chain 1 space we're going to work 3 double crochet. This yarn is really fluffy. I don't remember the last one I used in this range was really fluffy. Maybe it was. Chain 1. Into this space here we're going to work 3 double crochet, chain 1, and 1 double crochet. Now you can't really see it yet, but on this side we're working increases. See how we've got 3 stitches, chain 1, 1 stitch, 3 stitches, chain 1, 1 stitch. That's our increase. But on this side we don't. So on this side it's going to stay straight. On that side it's going to angle out. So turn your work around. And this is where we can grab our stitch marker. Now I've got a little bit worked there. You grab your stitch marker and just put it anywhere down the side here. So I'm just going to wrap it around that first stitch there. And when we get to this side of our work, that's when we have to put our increase in. But if we, on the other side of the work, there's no stitch marker, there's no increasing at all. So our increase for this project is chain 4. This is when we're at the beginning of the row. When we're at the end of the row, it's a little different. We're going to work 3 double crochet into that space. chain 1, and then in the next space we're going to work 3 double crochet. I am going to have to keep stopping to grab yarn because I'm working from the outside. Chain 1 into the last space. Now on this side, which is our straight side, each row is going to alternate between 3 stitches, so 1, 2, 3, and the next one will have 1 stitch. So this is actually chains, but it's classed as 1 stitch. So it's got 3, 1. So our next one must be 3 because we're alternating between 3 and the 1. So we've got 3, 1. The next one must be 3. So in that space, sorry, we're going to work 3 stitches. I've already made this pattern, so it makes sense to me. But if it doesn't, as you go along in this pattern, you start to repeat it, so it makes sense. So again, on this side, we need to alternate the 3 and the 1. So 3, 1, 3. Our next row, this is how you're going to remember, is going to be 3 stitches. Sorry, it's going to be 1. So we've got 3, 1, 3, but it's an actual a chain 4. So chain 4. I'm hoping that wasn't confusing. So in the next space, you do 3 stitches and a chain 1. And it also reminds you that if you've got a bit close, let me zoom out a bit. You've got 3, 1, 3, 1. After you've done your chain 4 there, it reminds you that, well, you don't need to go into here and work 2 more stitches because you only want just a 1 stitch by itself. I'm hoping that's making sense. Into the next space, we're going to work 3 stitches and a chain 1. And we're coming up to our stitch marker side, so it's an increase side. So when we're doing our return row, remember how we did chain 4 and then 3 stitches in that same space. So we're going to need to work that sort of again, but we can't do the chain bit because we're working the return row. So what we do, instead of working our chain, we just work a double crochet. So into that last space, I'm just going to adjust my camera, sorry guys, there we go. So it's 3 stitches. This is all going into that last space. Chain 1 and then 1 double crochet. So that's what it is on the return row. So it's 1, 2, 3 double crochet, chain 1, 3 double crochet, all in that same space. So then our next row, because it's the start of the row, we're going to turn our work, and this is the other version of the increase. So one version is if you're starting a row, it's a chain 4 and then 3 stitches. But if it's a return row, it's 3 stitches, chain 1, double crochet. They both look the same, you just got to work it different. So chain 4 in the same space, because we see our stitch marker there that's reminding us to do an increase. So it's 3 double crochet. Oops. Ugh. And there we go. Chain 1, double crochet, 3 double crochet in the next space, chain 1, 3 double crochet in the next space. Oh, it's starting to change colour. Yay! Chain 1 in the next, in the last space. So we're looking at here, isn't an increase row? Nope, because there's no stitch marker. So that reminds us we need to keep our 3, 1, 3, 1 in alternation, if that's how you say it. So 3, 1, 3, 1. Our next one must be 3, so in that space we do 3 stitches. Oops, apologies for the stitch marker clanging away. Get more yarn. I'm not a pink person, this is really cute. See if I can hold that out. So you can see that this edge, this side, is straight. That's really hard to hold, but this side angles out, and that's what's going to happen because we've put all our increases on the one side. That's why it's angling out, because it's getting larger. But on this side, because we didn't put any increases at all, that's why it's going to stay straight. So we're going to alternate our 3, 1, so 3, 1, 3, 1, 3. Our next one must be a 1. So we need to do our chain 4, which cancels our first stitch, and a chain 1. And I'm going to show you one more time, and then you've got to repeat it. So it's just a 2-row repeat for this pattern. Into the space, we're going to work 3 stitches. Oops. Slippery yarn too, this one. So if there's not enough tension on it, it just slips off. Chain 1. So now we're going to look at a lot more spaces in between our edges. And I'm pretty sure you gain 1 each row. Chain 1. And this time we're coming up to the end, and it's the end with the stitch marker on it. As you work, move your stitch marker up, because you can forget if you're not paying attention. So we're on the stitch marker side, so we know that's an increase. And also too, if you look down here, you'll see the increase because it's 3 stitches, a chain, and then 1 stitch. That's definitely an increase because you've got this extra bit here. So you know when you're looking at that on the previous row, that's where your increase is going to go into. So this pattern's handy. It's got the stitch marker to remind you, and also if you look at the previous row, you can see what you've got to do. So 3 stitches, chain 1, and then 1 stitch. Just see if I can hold it out. You can pull that a little bit tighter if you want. Oh, I love this yarn. It's looking really good so far. So you've got a straight edge on the right hand side, and then this stitch marker side is angling out. So it's looking cute. It's looking gorgeous and soft. So I'm actually going to move my stitch marker up. Yes, I can remember from the previous row, but hey, sometimes that's not enough. So continue on with this. I am literally going to keep going until I have run out of yarn. This colour, I only have 1 skein, would you believe? 1? What was I thinking? Who buys 1? Not me. I must have been having a weak moment. So I'm going to continue on until I run out of yarn, and I'll see you in just a moment and I'll show you how to finish off. Once you get to the size you need, or you run out of yarn, whichever comes first, I have just used 1 skein of Red Heart Unforgettable. It's a 100 gram skein. I've only got that much left, so that's definitely not going to make another row. You're just going to finish off, and you're going to put the yarn tail through the loop and then pull through, and then we can sew in our ends. You'll have 2 ends, I think, one at the start, one at the end. Unless you've changed colour, you'll have some more. What I like to do is try and sew my ends, let's see if we can get rid of that, into the base of the double crochets. So I'll just thread it back down through. Then I like to just thread it at the base, so just under these little stitches here. It is a bit harder to sew in your ends when you've got this granny style stitch, like just 3 stitches into a space, because there's not many stitches to sew it into or to hide it. So I'm just going backwards and forwards, and each time I go the other way I'm skipping the stitch where it comes out. So it's coming out here. You've got this coming out underneath that stitch. I'll skip the first one there, or maybe even 2 stitches, and then just go back across. And by skipping the first stitch, it just gets caught and it won't pull through. So after you've done that a few times, you can cut off the ends. Sometimes if you're blocking your work, which this one, oops, this one I will probably block because it's a little bit out of shape. And things like this do look nicer when they're blocked. If you don't know how to do that, I do have a video tutorial that showed you how I blocked my my blanket that I made, and this is just the same method. You're just going to pin it out. I like to wash my item first. You can also spray your item with water or just make it damp, and then you pin it out and leave it to dry, and it gives it a nice shape, and it makes the stitches look nicer too, which is good. You don't need to block it if you don't want to. That's perfectly up to you. So yeah, I love how this has worked up. Those gorgeous colours. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So I haven't blocked my shawl yet, but you can see how it's come out. I love the way the colours in this yarn have worked up. You can make this shawl as big as you want. You can just keep going. You could add another ball of yarn. With this yarn and the bigger crochet hook, it gives it a beautiful drape, so you could easily add another ball of yarn and it wouldn't be too big. So you can wear your shawl like a traditional shawl, or you can tie it up around the back, which is generally what I do when I wear my shawls. You can see how it's not blocked on the base, on the corner down the bottom there, it's poking up. But yeah, you can tie it up around the back. I just tie it in a loose knot. I just do it over once. I don't do a double knot, just do just a single. But just on those cooler days when you're just a little bit chilly around the neck, this is going to be perfect. So I would love for you to share your creations on our Facebook page. The link that you need for that is in the description box, as well as the Instagram link. Please tag me on Instagram if you're over there. Love to see what you've been up to. Also, and check out the yarn that you've chose for your project. I think these long colour change yarns for this project is really, really pretty. But it would also work up just as good in a solid colour or even a variegated colour. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this quick video tutorial. Till next time, happy crochet!